Hey guys, so it's time here to compare the new Galaxy series here, which is the new Galaxy Round series, which could be a new lineup that Samsung could continue on in future years here, that they've been doing with other series that they've been starting with the Galaxy S series, the Galaxy Note series, they follow up the Galaxy Mini series, the Mega series. Now I'm going to compare these two phones here, and we also have the Galaxy Active, of course, or S4 Active, which is just a branch off of the S4 lineup a little bit maybe. But the new Galaxy Round here is a pretty cool phone. I mean, all are making videos on it, but in this video you specifically want to compare it against Samsung's S4 mini smartphone and see how they stack up. So you can see the leather back here, LTE Advanced probably, speaker on the back. Same size as the Note 3, a lot of specs is the same as the Note 3, but this curved display, I mean, that looks sexy, that looks interesting. Optimized TouchWiz for this experience, which is pretty cool. And then of course we have the awesome S4 Mini, which is an awesome mini version of the S4. Way better, Samsung did way better this year than they did with the S3 Mini. That didn't feel like a S3 Mini, it just did feel like a fat S3 Mini, a fat S3 big fat boy, but this feels like a small mini version of the Galaxy S4. So the Galaxy Round here versus the S4 Mini. Let's begin. So first of all, 4G speeds here, LTE Advanced. Probably the Galaxy Round is gonna come tomorrow, October the 10th, from what I've read on SK Telecom carrier in Korea. Hopefully we can see an international variant of this device coming out on the market. You still get LTE here on the S4 Mini, but not as good speeds. 170 grams here on the S4 Mini versus 150 grams, so 40 grams extra is going to make a little bit of a difference there in terms of weight. You can see, of course, they have the same kind of design patterns a little bit. You get a little bit more of a not as rounder off design on the Galaxy Round, even though you hear the name there, but Super AMOLED display here, of course, on the S4 Mini versus this Super AMOLED display also that you get on the Galaxy Round, but Samsung is calling it Super Flexible AMOLED, which I'm really not sure if that makes a difference in the display technology, but it is flexible, definitely. So 1080p display here on the Galaxy Round versus a lower resolution display here, 4.3 inch on the S4 Mini versus 5.7 inch on the Galaxy Round, same as the Note 3. So a big difference here also is the internal storage. You only get 8 GB on the S4 Mini, and it kind of sucks if you want to play a lot of games. Sure, you have the SD card, but that's usually, you can't install games on it most of the times. But you can install or get pictures and photos on that. But if you are a gamer like me, then the 32 GB Galaxy Round here will be awesome. 33 GB of RAM. Let's go down here, of course, NFC infrared port on both. The camera also would be a big difference. 30 megapixel shooter here, probably in 4K. They probably will be able to record 4K videos, same as the Note 3, versus the 8 megapixel shooter here on the S4 Mini. Android 4.3 here on pre-installed here on the Galaxy Round, and 4.2 here pre-installed on the S4 Mini. But the S4 Mini and the Galaxy Mega 6.3, I think I saw news that Samsung will release Android 4.2, 4.4 KitKat for them, so we're probably going to see that from Samsung. We get Snapdragon 800 here, pretty powerful chipset here inside of the Galaxy Round versus Snapdragon 400. You can hear there's a big difference there. Dual core on the S4 Mini versus quad on the Galaxy Round 2, but 3 GHz quad, so even way better than the S4 or Galaxy S4. And this one's dual core, but 7 GHz, great, which is not bad. You don't see that much lag. I mean, it's a very powerful dual core processor, but it's still dual core, and we spec corny guys. We always like to have the best. Adreno 305 in the S4 Mini versus 330 Adreno, so better gaming experience also on the Galaxy Round, but I'm not really sure how games will be to play on this device, but it probably will be pretty goddamn badass. But I'm not sure if I've seen also, it's not a super big difference between these Adreno GPUs here from as far as my gaming experience, but future-proof. That's nice, probably. 1900 mAh on the S4 Mini, which is going to be a big difference between the 2800 mAh battery that you do get in the Galaxy Round, and the Galaxy Round get a battery that is between the S4, the full-size S4, and the Galaxy Note 3. It probably can't have bigger battery because the phone is curved, so they probably couldn't stack up a battery on the top of the phones or on the sides. So yeah, but you will probably see kind of like the similar battery experience on these two devices. Maybe a little bit worse here on the Galaxy Round, but of course I'm just speculating at the moment. And then there's a super big price difference here. Of course, you're probably going to have to pay twice for the Galaxy Round versus the S4 Mini. And if you just want to have a device that works, I mean, the Galaxy Round is going to be for early adopters, and we don't even know if the Galaxy Round will see an international launch, but probably it will, because many of Samsung's products that they released this year have been seeing an international launch. So yeah, I think it's super cool, super awesome. So what do you think? Do you like this? I love it. I think it's super awesome. Yeah, peace out.